during your stay here at Earl Haig, you were in the Claude Watson program. So what did you like most about it, and what did you like least?
I think I like the students. I mean, you know, we were like really cool. We used to go to see other friends at NT and Northern and stuff, and it's like we were all into the arts, and we had a lot of passion. And seriously, it was the students. And I'm so keen that I still get to stay in touch with so many of my friends from Claude Watson, more so than with my friends from college. I used to talk to my friends still in high school, because college was so competitive. So, and what I liked the least about it was probably the subway ride from Eastside. I don't know. I like everything. I'm a lover. Anyway.
What was your favorite subject, and who was your favorite teacher?
Art, and Mr. Lowe. Mr. Lowe can actually draw, and he draws like a badass. Where are you here? I was just talking to him. He's amazing. So, anyway, and he was really inspiring to me, and he actually supported my drawing. You know, a lot of my other teachers, thank God they're not here anymore, you know, it was fine to, I don't know, it was just, to me, there was no discipline. And to me, there's a discipline you have to learn first. And I was always asking Mr. Lowe to check my drawings in perspective, you know, and he really supported stuff. And we had a project one year where we had to make a chair of something. So I remember I cut the legs off my chair, and I looked at how horses walk, and I actually made my chair look like it was walking. And because I was interested in that stuff. Mr. Lowe, do you remember that? No. It was awesome. You gave me an A+ or something. I don't know. But it was a great support system amongst the art students as well. Which is good.
So you prepared a portfolio to get accepted into Sheridan. What did you include?
Oh, that's a great question. They had a list of things we had to do. I had to sit and draw. I think I sat in the back of my family's living room, and while they were all watching TV, I tried to draw into the paper and draw in perspective. I just saw the beautiful light drawings up here. I couldn't draw like that. Excuse me, light drawing wise, you guys have beautiful, nice, loose gestures. And I had to get some friends model for me, and I had to kind of figure out light drawing, and I was a little bit stiff. But light drawing, I showed certainly the paintings and stuff I did at Claude Watson, but they kind of had a list, and I can't remember everything that was on the list.
Can you describe one of the best experiences of your career so far?
Sure. Okay, honestly. I've had a lot of great experiences. I've had a lot of downs as well. But I think going to the toilet in the back of Steven Spielberg's airplane was pretty awesome. Seriously, I know it sounds weird, but it was one of those moments, you're like, wow, oh yeah, look where I am. So, that was a good one.
As an artist, do you have a personal credo that you live by? For those of you who don't know, a credo is a statement of beliefs of guides that guide someone's actions. So a credo, a personal credo. Thank you for correcting me, those in the audience.
Thank you for teaching me. I have one, thank God. Actually, Chuck Jones, I put on my website here. The rules are simple. The rules are simple. Take your work, but never yourself seriously. Pour in the love and whatever skill you have, and it will come out. And that's true. I kind of work through passion. And I think my own personal philosophy, people talk about success, and my own personal philosophy is I came up with it myself. And this is actually what I live by for myself. All of the answers are out there. It's my responsibility to come up with the questions. Because if I come up with the right questions, then I will get the right answers. So that's my kind of philosophy, and I'm sharing it with you.
Chuck Jones is a really famous and respected director. Were you intimidated or scared when you first met him?
Yeah, kind of, but he was so cool. He really was. At first, I remember, you know, we were in the old building at Warner Brothers where they made all these old shorts. And I never, used to go home and watch cartoons and stuff, but I kind of always liked the old Looney Tunes. Tunes, and I was in the old building, and I could kind of feel the energy of the old, ghost in that building. He walked in there, and he sat down, and I remember there was 10 of us, some guys were from Paris, and it was like a 10-week competition, who was the best. And he basically said, which one of you is the best? We'll find out in 10 weeks. And I was like, oh man, better be me. And I was, in the end, I actually won this thing, which was cool.
You're a multi-award winning winner in the film industry. Is there a role that you find most rewarding in a film production?
Yeah, well, that's a great question. It's a little bit tricky because, just coming up with ideas, I find so rewarding, like it's coming up with a pitch. But I love working with the actors a lot. I really like that. But I love working with the animators too, because the animators I take it from like the sound booth when we do a voice recording, and then I give the same sort of direction, but a little bit different with voice actors. You can't, if you have someone, especially someone who's famous in a recording booth, you can't do what they call a line read, and for all you drama students out there, the way it works is, someone might be saying like, hello, and they're saying, F you. But they're saying the word hello, you see what I'm saying? It's all about disposition. And that's kind of how I teach my actors. So I essentially would say, instead of saying the line, hello, because that's what I want them to do, and they can read it, and all it says is hello. But no, what I want is, F you or something like that, because the disposition is the character's not happy to see them. And that's how I direct my actors. I tell them really what the intent of the line is, as opposed to reading the line. And I love that. It's a challenge to get the right performance.
What programs do you use to animate films?
Well, I taught myself in a program called Maya. And then at DreamWorks they have a program called EMO, which is short for emotion. And then they're going to have a new program called Primo, which is that like a spaghetti or something?
In terms of technical aspects, such as lighting or camera angles, what do you think makes a good film?
Well, yeah, certainly cinematography is a big deal. You can see maybe in my boards, I did the opening of Massive. The movie actually opens from a mouse perspective, and the mouse is running through the streets of some city in Spain, Pamplona. Anyway, and he's calling out this name, and you don't realize, he's getting chased by these cats. And I try to draw it from the mouse's perspective. I try to set up my shots. I don't know if you guys see my mouse here, my mouse. And then I try to do things from his point of view. So from his vantage point, I try to draw some depth. I'm really interested in composition and staging. And I find that fascinating. Cinematography to me, lighting, even the way light can cut through a frame. It's, staging is so important. It's all connected.
What was your favorite film to write or direct or produce or animate?
Although I didn't direct it, I was really proud to be a part of a movie called Prince of Egypt, the first DreamWorks movie. Because the level of artistry and the demanding level of drawing, I was so terrified. And I had to just dig deep and draw in a way I'd never drawn in my life. But I just love that experience because I was so in awe of everyone else around me. And that film always holds a special place in my heart, probably.
So how long does it take to create a feature-length film?
Really? It takes like 3 to 4 years on average. Shrek, the first Shrek took 8 years. Chris Farley died halfway through. That was horrible. And they had to basically redesign that character. Mike Myers came in and he, the Scottish person. So that's sort of like maybe a film that you'd say, oh, that's kind of unique. But I would have to say, How to Train Your Dragon was over 5 years. But I think in general, like Megamind was only 3 years. So I think it depends. And if we have a script, it's really important too. I'm hoping to get my next feature out. If it gets greenlit, I'm hoping to do like 3 year production schedule.
What advice would you give to anyone who wants to pursue a career like yours?
Get ready to cry. Next question. No, well, yikes. I would say, if you have a big imagination, then it's probably a good fit. And just know, like anything else, it's a skill. And you're going to be learning constantly. And just always know that and embrace that. Because if you're not getting better constantly, you're not open to learning, you're probably going to be in a tricky spot. So I would say just be open. Be open. And if you remember what I was saying, my mentor told me, don't compete with anyone else but yourself. That would be a big thing. Because it's very competitive, but for no reason. People are mean to each other. It's like we're making friggin' children's films, okay, guys? You know, like that's all group hug it out, and they don't do that, so.
And the last question. If you were to be a farm animal, which one would you be and why? A farm animal, yes.
I'd be a stallion. I like horses. Girls like horses too, right? So, no? Stallion.
If anyone has any more questions, you can line up over here before you leave. But that's all the time we have for today. Can everyone
We're on time too?